this beautiful dream of arm wrestling reaching the main stage. And that's really your vision, Ingen. And I share that vision with you. And how we do that, I think, is in multiple parts. Number one is we have to get visas, North American visas for the Eastern Europeans that can't get in the country right now. The next is there's broadcasters from all over the world there. And so what I intend to do is to bring the past episodes of East versus West and King of the Table and bring and sell those past episodes as a whole season. So those are just a few of the key areas that I see. That'll get more viewers, which then in turn will help us to get more sponsors. And at the same time, making arm wrestling a mainstream sport. And then Bob Brown on the training side, I mean, he's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
between you
You never missed a practice. You were always there. So
Yeah, he
Yep.
loves it. He loves it. And Devin, what do you think about Robert's involvement?
Oh, just thank you so much. Thank you, Robert. Just so grateful. We need you, and you're the perfect guy. I think that you have everyone's trust. So, yeah, I told Engen yesterday, I said, better choice than Dana White.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, we're just eternally grateful. But Robert, I couldn't help but just notice, and I know you've known John for a long time. Were you like poking at him a little bit there when you said John has been in love with the sport? Did you hear that? I was like, oh, is he poking him a little bit there?
yeah, no, I mean, I understand it though. I haven't really been super motivated like yourself to do the YouTube stuff and the promotion that I should be doing, but
whatever. I'm just teasing you. I'm just playing.
Yeah. Dana White is probably, I don't know about organization, more experience, but love for the arm wrestling. I don't think that he even knows what arm wrestling is. While Robert, I mean, like Dana White would get into something only if he has something like important, if he sees some serious interest. Robert is just coming in just to take the responsibility on his shoulders. This is what I believe, because I know Robert. Do you know how this happened, John? Like we were in Moldova, like end of August for the World Championships, and Robert was competing. I was there as a technical director. We just had a dinner. I, Robert, and his wife, and we just talk about these kind of things. And then after I come back, and then I asked him, and then he said, "Let's go again." And then it just started like that. Because what I see that the future of the show businesses is like not future, but future of arm wrestling show is in US. You saw the Orlando event, and that when you won against Leonidas, and when the cameras turn to the crowd, and when I see those are not people who came there to compete, those are the people who actually paid money to be there. So I saw the first light of becoming a mainstream sport. So
I mean, the sport of arm wrestling is great, but the energy that venue had, if we can build on that and just create that kind of energy, that'll attract people more than even just the arm wrestling itself. I mean, it was just electric in that room.
Yeah. So and I can see in a few years, I can see 5,000, 10,000 people are actually coming to watch arm wrestling, and it would be crazy. And that is the part that we are that close. But the thing is that what we did all together till now with the East versus West, it's just like till here. You understand? It is still here. Like we need it, and that was already my plan to go after that. To go to the next level. But for the next level, we need someone who really understands from business. And since the events mostly will be over there, I think Robert is thinking like half of the events there, half of it is the different part of the world. But if it is gonna be there, we needed someone from there who loves arm wrestling, who knows business, and who is willing to, take
Dedicate the time and
responsibility.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
and Robert is just perfect person. My opinion, my honest opinion. Yeah, yeah. And there is a few super chats. They are getting upset. Eugen Joseph, Robert, where do you hope East versus West will be in 5 years? Please paint a picture for the fans.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's in 5 years will be a mainstream sport. And if it's done right, and I think it will be done right, um, we can all be there. It's going to take a community effort, and then the community is fantastic. I've never seen or even heard of a community like the arm wrestling community. Gets behind things, and everybody's willing to do their part, whatever they can do. But the next step, as far as painting the vision, I mean, for the future, what I see is just this beautiful dream of arm wrestling uh, reaching the main stage, and that's really your vision, Ingen, and I share that vision with you. I mean, um, and and how we do that, I think, is in multiple parts. Number one uh, is we have to get visas, North American visas for the Eastern Europeans that can't get in the country right now. So I'm working with Senator Mike Lee. He's a U.S. Senator. Now he's got his staff working on getting visas for us. And he's responsible for bringing new business into the U.S. That's his role in the U.S. Senate. I've also got a guy, really good friend of mine, former employee of mine, who's now with the DOJ, Department of Justice, stationed in Bahrain. That's the largest naval base in the world for the U.S. And he's helping behind the scenes with his friends in the State Department to get the visas. So I'm not just relying on one guy to get this, because it's critical that we get this done as fast as possible. We've got it. I've got another guy who is a immigrations attorney that I'll hire if need be to actually get these visas. The last prong on that is Senator Alex Padilla from California. He's Democrat. He's over immigration into the U.S. So one way or another, we're going to get the visas. We're going to get these guys into America or in North America. So that's the first prong. The next is we need sponsors, and all the sponsors that we have just come to us. I mean, come to East versus West. I mean, we have access to all the biggest sponsors. We need to show them data. We need to, really, sell them on our vision. And we need to really, in order to get real money, we have to get viewers. I mean, we're getting viewers, and we're getting more and more, but we have to really increase that number, I think. So the way we do that, as John said, I've been in the video production kind of loosely. It's not really a video production company, but it's transferring, film to video, which is kind of like production. But anyway, so I had to go to the biggest video production show on the planet. It's called NAB, National Association of Broadcasters, held every year in Vegas in April. And there's 100,000 attendees each year. There's broadcasters from all over the world there. And so what I intend to do is to bring the past episodes of East versus West and King of the Table, and bring and sell those past episodes or those past shows as a whole season. So you have to have what you call, to sell a season to a TV station, you've got to have 26 episodes in the can, they call it. So it's all edited, so you've got time for commercials, and so it's really ready, packaged up, ready to go. We'll have that with what we have already in past episodes. That'll get more viewers, which then in turn will help us to get more sponsors. And at the same time, making arm wrestling a mainstream sport. So those are those are just a few of the key areas that I see that we have to really execute on and you know and you know nail and there will be a lot of other things. One of the things that Devin's doing is doing a documentary, and that's going to be as I understand from Devin and Jody, that's very close to being picked up by television. And that's huge. John's pulling John is massive as well. And so we need more of that. We need more superstars from arm wrestling to have their own documentaries and get and why that's so important to me is that gets the fan base out there. People now become fans. They become fans of John. They're going to become even bigger fans of Devin. They're going to become fans of, I hope Michael Todd does the same thing, is able to do the same thing, and I'll help whatever I can. And we've got Toddzilla. I mean, there's just all these superstars that need their story told. I think Levon is another one that should be touted. And so that right there, and that same thing that I'm talking about has been done in tennis. It's been done in Formula One, F1. You're seeing behind the scenes documentaries of the drivers, of the players, and it's just boosting the fan base. So I mean, I could go on. I don't want to bore, anybody, but there's a lot to be done, and the vision is big.
Yeah, it is like that. That is why we needed you.
Yeah, I think it's as important, if not more important, than just the actual competition. The actual matches is that background of the character.